In my last video, I talked about how HUD Secretary Scott Turner recently launched a nationwide audit of public housing authorities, starting with the DC Housing Authority, and that's to make sure illegal aliens aren't receiving Section 8 vouchers or any type of HUD funding. Here's a brief recap regarding that crackdown.
American citizens will be prioritized when it comes to living in HUD-funded, government-funded housing. We just sent out a letter to the DC Housing Authority, and it has been received by them. And as you said, they have 30 days to give us a full, comprehensive account of everyone living inside of DC Housing Authorities that are receiving Section 8 vouchers or any type of HUD funding. We want the names, the address, the number of people in the unit, the size of the unit, the cost of the unit, and they must give us their American citizenship status or eligible immigration status. No longer will we allow illegal aliens to live in taxpayer-funded housing here in America.
Again, this is to ensure rules regarding eligibility for HUD-funded housing are being enforced and that American citizens are being prioritized when it comes to HUD-funded housing. But here's the truth. Illegal aliens occupying HUD-funded housing is only part of the problem. The bigger issue is the amount of fraud and abuse happening inside the Section 8 program. And you know what? It's costing taxpayers billions of dollars every single year. Let's listen to Secretary Turner as he describes how much of taxpayers' dollars are spent for housing assistance.
In our country, there's 3.2 million households that receive HUD funding at $45 billion of taxpayer money.
So today I'm asking, where is that $45 billion in Section 8 benefits really going, and who is paying the price? Fraud in Section 8 comes in many forms. People lie about their income. Some landlords and tenants collude to pocket extra money. Voucher holders sublet their subsidized homes for profit while taxpayers cover the rent. People lie about their citizenship status, for example, through the fraudulent use of Social Security numbers, or there isn't adequate verification of applicants' eligibility. And every dollar wasted is a dollar stolen from the people who truly need help. Think about it. $45 billion of your tax money goes towards Section 8 benefits every year. That's a huge investment. But when fraud and abuse run rampant, it's not just the government losing out. It's you, the taxpayer, who foots the bill. And here's the kicker. According to Secretary Turner, only 1 in 4 families who actually qualify for Section 8 ever get assistance. That means 3 out of 4 struggling families are left waiting. Why? Well, he says it is partly because the rule against giving federal aid to illegal aliens isn't being enforced. But I would add that it is also due to the system being clogged with abuse and corruption, and funds are being misused. Let's look at some real cases. A San Francisco homeowner used a Russian woman's identity to steal Section 8 cash assistance to pay for his $2.4 million home. Fred Finkelson has been sentenced to 1 year in prison for fraudulently obtaining over $340,000 in government housing benefits. Additionally, he was ordered to serve 3 years of supervised release and pay $341,000 in restitution. Prosecutors said Finkelson falsely claimed eligibility for Section 8 housing vouchers from 2006 to 2020. He admitted to using a Russian woman's name to purchase his home and falsely reporting her as his landlord. He used multiple bank accounts, including one in a fake landlord's name, to hide his misuse of the cash. So this is what he did. He divided the single-family home into 3 units, renting one, living in another as a Section 8 recipient, and running his company out of the third. Finkelson concealed his ownership of a company and the fact that he was the company's sole president. Instead, he claimed to merely be an employee, reporting an income of $12,000 per year as a notary public for the company to qualify for Section 8, prosecutors said. The company, in actuality, accrued $2.8 million in gross income between 2013 and 2018. Then there's this case. Earlier this year, a San Francisco city worker and her girlfriend were charged with defrauding Section 8 housing funds and child care benefits worth more than $500,000. Investigators discovered that the pair were receiving more than $30,000 monthly in child care subsidies after claiming they were caring for up to 17 children. But months of surveillance showed no evidence of children at their home. Also, prosecutors alleged that Pasigan, one of the people charged, failed to disclose her relationship with her partner or her partner's income, which would have disqualified their household from receiving public benefits. Their case is pending. A woman in Florida was arrested and charged in connection with illegally receiving financial benefits from Section 8 for a New York apartment she rented to others. Australia Gonzalez was charged with larceny and offering a false instrument for filing, authorities said. The New York City Housing Authority paid more than $50,000 in benefits to Gonzalez between 2019 and 2024 for her Bronx apartment while she was actually living in Florida, investigators said. In the criminal complaint, Gonzalez is accused of subletting the apartment to two people who paid her between $750 to $800 in rent. She reportedly failed to report that income to NYCHA and even claimed that she was unemployed, resulting in Gonzalez receiving more in housing benefits, investigators say. If convicted, she faces more than 30 years in prison. And then, watch this.
So I had to evict somebody from Section 8 housing this week. We had this elderly lady who is blind sign a lease with the help of her daughter to occupy this property. This property had been completely redone. Well, the reason I had to evict this lady is she never moved in. Instead, her son-in-law moved in. He was running a business out of this house. The reason this is so upsetting is that this gentleman that took possession of this property took away affordable housing for people that really need it. And he did not qualify for Section 8 because he made too much money, as did his wife. Needless to say, we had to go to court. I evicted them. And my wife was with me because she was the representative of the company. And there is a massive investigation underway because we reported it to Section 8. They ended up doing a welfare check on the lady who was supposed to be living there. She wasn't living there. In fact, she had never moved out of her prior residence. Well, Section 8 informs the district attorney's office, who then informs the ATF because it's federal in nature. And now there's a federal investigation as well as a state investigation. But eventually we got them out. We got the locks changed that day. We emptied the house that day and we came back and I went to work. But that's wild. Please, affordable housing is a need in this country. When people run scams like this, you're only hurting the people that need it the most.
These aren't isolated stories. They show just how common this kind of fraud is and how it hurts families who are desperately waiting for help. At the end of the day, this isn't just about wasting money. It's about hardworking families, the disabled, veterans, the elderly, who are pushed aside because others are gaming the system. Fraud in Section 8 doesn't just cheat the government, it cheats them. So when we talk about the housing crisis, we always focus on the problem being high interest rates, housing affordability, high rent, housing shortages, institutional investors buying all the houses and turning them into rentals, the high cost to build homes, etc. But we can't ignore this side of the problem. Fraud and abuse in Section 8 aren't just costing taxpayers, they're costing families the chance to have a safe, affordable place to live. What do you think should be done about this? After the audit to verify citizenship status is completed, should there also be an audit to ensure everyone on Section 8 qualifies for Section 8? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you've seen Section 8 abuse in your own community, I'd love to hear about it. And make sure to subscribe, I'd really appreciate it.